And hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Kent Holste podcast right here on the home of the Kent Holste podcast, KentHolstePodcast.com, and as well as the YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you decided to click this link and join in the conversation, as today we are going to be talking about something that we've talked about in the past, but we are going to rehash it up because it is a great subject to talk about, and that is not giving up hope. So stay tuned. This is going to be a great one. Have you seen the Kent Holste podcast website yet? Well, now's a good time to check it out. It has so much to offer and so much to see. There's the podcasts, interviews, blogs, sports talks, the corner ropes, circle of friends, and so much more. Check it out right now. It's all at www.KentHolstePodcast.com. Are you looking to join a good community with people that truly care about your feelings and emotions? Well, I encourage you to check out Kent Holste Podcast website, where you can find Circle of Friends. Circle of Friends is a place to be a community, but more importantly, a family. This is a page to be supportive by sharing special events that are positive or even letting others pray for you. A place that people can come together without fear of being judged, no matter of race or disabilities. A time to be that person that takes the time to care for others when it's needed most. We are all not just friends, we are family. It's the Kent Holste Podcast website at KentHolstePodcast.com with Circle of Friends. All right, you guys. So on today's podcast, we are talking about not giving up hope. And there's so many times in our life where we try to give everything and we feel like we've done the most that we can. And when things get tough, we give up hope. And there's so many people out there that are in that mindset that, giving up hope is the only option. And it's something they're so used to because they don't have the belief in themselves that they can push through, that they can make it, and they can do anything they set their mind to. There's been so many times within my life where I've given up hope. I've given up hope on myself. And it's because of the fact that I never really took the time to really take the people that were around me seriously when they said I could do it, that they believed in me. It was because I based everything on my past. I based everything on my failures from before, and there was nothing good that came from that. Looking back, I've given up hope on people, my best friends, sometimes even on my own family. I've given up hope in my relationships, my marriages, and it wasn't the right thing to do because I gave up. I didn't have that sense of hope. And because of it, I lost so many things. When we don't think about the positive things about hope, we drowned. We drowned in our self-pity. We drowned in our negativity of ourselves, to where going forward in our lives, nothing good comes from it, because we need that hope to survive. We need that sense that we can do it in those times where it's rough and difficult, so we can have motivation to take the steps that go on after that. I talked about hope within relationships. It's taken me time to believe in people again after everything that has happened in my past, where I was forced to believe that no one cared. Yes, this podcast has made me believe that that isn't true, that there is hope, that there is people who care. Because there's so many people out there who comment, who say, Kent, your podcasts are great. What you said about this resonated with me. It made me realize that there is hope for me. And I want to make it abundantly clear, if you're a first-time listener, that I'm far from perfect. The only reason why I've been able to be successful at this is because I've been able to share things of failure, of defeat, of anxiety, of fear. I've been able to talk about the times that there's been victory, where there's been conquering, where there's been hope. And that's the amazing thing about being able to talk about this stuff, is because there's so many things where in life there is a lot of defeat. There is a lot of times in our life where we lose hope and we go, what is the point? But there's so many more times where we realize, I'm glad I had that faith. I'm glad I had that hope in my life that I could succeed, that I could do these things without failing. It's a great thing to think about, right? Have you seen or heard what all the talk is about? Well, you probably should go to KentHolstePodcast.com and visit the Sports Talk page. There you can find all the news stories and schedules for different various sports around our nation. So check it out right now. It's at www.KentHolstePodcast.com, and it's Sports Talk. Hey everybody, it's me, Kent. I just want to say sometimes it's not easy coming up with ideas and concepts for the podcast or even the website. So this is what I need from you. Send me your ideas, your thoughts of anything you would like to see on the website or even on the podcast, whether it be interviews or even topics. All you got to do is email me at KentHolstePodcast@gmail.com. That's KentHolstePodcast@gmail.com. Do it today. I can't wait to hear from you. When we think about hope, there's so many times where we think about faith. We talk about keeping that faith. And for me, you know, I've always been one to talk about my relationship with God, because it's always been something that's been there for me. And even though I haven't had that hope in my heart that something good was going to come from it, eventually through time there was. You know, the biggest thing about hope is, you know, we literally hope that when we have our faith, that things that are going on in our life, we hope that they're going to happen soon, that we hope that it's going to be not that long for things to happen. But that's what keeping that hope is all about. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not take in effect right when you want it. But when your hope pays off, it's worth it. You'll see it. You know, I had many hopes in my life that I would be successful in my work. Not here, but in a normal job. And it has taken time, because at one point I was successful. I had it all. I didn't have anything to complain about. I woke up every day happy. I did my job. I'd go home and I could put up my feet every night knowing that I did my best. But when that opportunity ended, I was hoping that another opportunity would come back. I was hoping that there would be another chance, an opportunity for me to make an impact like I did at that other job. But it's taken time. And now, because of my hard work, I'm being noticed again. And that hope has turned into something much, much more significant. You see, we think of this word that is only 4 letters, and we view it as something very, very small. But we think of it as something so much greater. In the comment spot, I want you to talk about your hopes in your life that you've had. Was it about hopes about your future? Has it been hope that your relationship, your marriage is going to last, and that it will be just like your grandparents, your parents, other people that you've had admired for so long because you've seen their happiness? Is it the hope that you get that promotion and that you took that promotion and you ran with it and you made it the best that it ever could be? Talk about it. How has hope played a significant role in your life? Also talk about those times where hope was hard, where there wasn't much hope. How did you overcome it and change it? Give examples, because there's people that listen to this looking for answers. There's people that listen to my podcast that see the topic and go, maybe there's something that I can hear from this that I need to hear. Because for me, the answer for hope has always led to my faith, especially now. where if I feel like I'm struggling with something or I need some advice and I'm losing that faith and I'm losing that hope in myself, I always rely on my pastors. I always rely on the people that I know best, like my best friends. You know, it's hard to think about the times that I lost hope because I didn't have anybody around. I didn't have that support base. And it's amazing to see how that time had changed. You know, the biggest thing that I realized is even though I didn't have a big, huge support base back then, it's amazing how much that there really was. There's only so much that people can do. There's only so much people can offer at certain times in certain ways. And when we don't see what we expect, what we hope for, it can bring us down. But then when you refer back to those times, it's amazing how many people say, well, you know, I wish I was there, but there was nothing I could have done from way over here. But yes, there could have been. I mean, they could have spoke, they could have wrote you letters, they could have done something, but that's then and there. And we can't criticize people for what they don't do because we can't control them. We can't speak for them. They're their own person. That's why it's so much more important for us to have hope in other people by how we treat other people, that we can give hope, that we can let other people feel the things that we feel by our heart, because there is other people who feel like they've lost hope, but we can give hope. See, it goes both ways. And it takes one person to step up and make that impact. But the thing is, it's about making that choice, that good decision on taking action on that. Because there's so many people who see people and we go, man, they don't have much hope. But we don't say instead, those people need hope. You know, I was thinking the other day something that was very, very interesting. What if you took the time to talk to someone and found out why they were down or upset, why they're homeless, why they're living on the street? And the answer that they give to you might surprise you, because those people that are on the streets feel like they don't have hope. They've lost hope in society because of things that have happened in their life. And chances are they've given up because they don't see that there is any hope out in the distance. They don't feel the need to give hope that there is a job out there for them. They don't see that there is hope for them to have their own place again. They don't see the hope that the broken relationships can be mended, or at least attempted. We don't see the positives within those same things within our own life. We give up hope on ourselves. We give up hope in other people. We give up hope within our workplace, our relationships. There's so many ways that hope gets thrown around and trashed. We hear about making things great again. How about we make hope great again? How amazing and how spectacular would that be? Think about that. Hey everyone, I just want to take this time to thank you for tuning in to today's show. Without your support and watching these videos, this podcast wouldn't be where it's at today. And the same goes for the website as well, and the YouTube channel. So to help me out even more, if you haven't done so yet, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And don't forget to ring that bell so you can be notified when a new, amazing content comes out. Also, don't forget to check out all the other social media sites as well, and like, share, and comment, and subscribe there too. It all is being a part of this community where we can come together and show that we care for one another, so we can motivate and encourage others. So thanks again for tuning in, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the show. You know, a few weeks ago, I had a moment of weakness, what I call it. I got depressed. I lost hope within myself because something that I worked hard at failed. It failed miserably. And I let that get to me. And I set myself up for failure because I, in a way, just gave up on myself. And one day I was just driving to work and it hit me hard. Everything else that has been going on that hasn't been easy, that I've been trying to keep the hope in, fell heavy on me. And I just felt like I couldn't do it anymore. I lost hope. I lost faith. And my mind knew better. My mind was telling me that you need to just take today and figure this out because you're better than this. You have hope for tomorrow. And yes, whatever happened at work, it was just one thing. It's just one day. Today's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day. And the day after that and the day after that, so on and so forth. For the rest of your life is a new day for hope. And giving up is not the answer. Giving up on yourself is not the answer. So I took the right steps. And thankfully, I got the things that I needed to do done to see more clearly, to see the good in the hope in the moving forward stages. Because the thing is, you can think all you want about how there is no hope, and you can be negative for the rest of your life, every single day, thinking horrible things. But to be honest, what's the good in that? Nothing. You have to have hope in your life. Because I tell you what, there's been so many things in my life that I lost hope in, and now there's so many things that are amazing. There's so many things in my life that I now realize that there's hope for the future because of those things, because of those people, because of the things that I've accomplished. And to get to this point, I've had to take risks. I've had to make risks. I've had to have hope in things and put my hope in other people. And because of that, I'm more stronger than I ever have been. Because I guarantee you that time where I got weak a few weeks ago wouldn't have played out the same way 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It would have turned out a lot differently. But now, because of the people that are around me, I have the hope to know and the hope that I can rely on that no matter what happens. As long as I keep hope as my center point, nothing but good can come. And yes, there may be hurdles, there may be dips and potholes in the road ahead, but it doesn't mean it's going to stop me because I have the belief that there's hope, that whatever is ahead, there's going to be something good there. Because I've met you. I've had the opportunity to talk and meet different people. Heck, I met someone because of this podcast that gave me the opportunity to talk to someone on this podcast that is from a whole different state that I knew nothing about until social media happened. And I watched a video. There's been plenty of times where I've talked to friends, people I didn't know that have told me that they lost hope. But because of this podcast, it got them to realize that it's not the end, that there is hope. See, I don't do this for building myself up or to get a pat on the shoulder or whatever, hence why my podcast isn't that big. I don't force it down people's throats. I don't do whatever. If there's someone that I meet that is hurting, I refer them to watch it. But besides that, if the conversation pops up, then it pops up. But, this is about being a community. It's about sharing these moments where we lose hope, but we regain it. The success. Now, when you share your thoughts, it doesn't mean that it's a time to bash people or be rude. This isn't the place for that. This is a place to be a community, to come together and to build each other up, to give people hope. So do that today. I don't want to block people. I don't want to do any of that. That's not what this is about. And if you're going to be like that, then, that's unfortunate. I just hope that going into this new year of 2022, that this world is going to change for the better. And it doesn't look like it right now because the virus is still going on. And there's a lot of people whose lives have been affected by it. And they don't feel like there's a lot of hope right now. Those are the type of people that you need to support and be there for. There's a lot of people who have lost people that are not related to COVID. Those families are the ones that you need to bring hope to. And we talked about it earlier in the podcast about the people that are homeless, that don't have family. And if they do, they need someone to motivate them, to be there for them, to give them hope. That's what this is all about. So remember to think and be positive today. Do what you can, not what you can't, to have that hope in your heart and to give that hope to other people. Show them that kindness. And I believe in you. Don't you think you should too? And if you see someone who served our country, whether it be police, military, fire, or even the hardworking people within these hospitals, please give them a fist bump, give them an elbow, let them know how much you appreciate them. You never know how much they might appreciate that one random act of kindness. So do it today. And until the next time we talk, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell people about this podcast. It would really mean a lot to me, and I'm sure it would mean a lot to them too, especially if they're in need of some hope. And till the next time we talk, please be safe and God bless.